Alright guys, so we just got to my mom's house and wow, the car is so filthy. We did take it out when it was raining and yes, let's go over the details of the car. So obviously I didn't spec this car out and I picked it up and this was the color choices that we had. I'm not a big fan of green, although I think this whole look works so well. I did get inspiration from the Jer collector with his lines, but I didn't copy every single line. We do have a carbon lip that's already in the farm, but we don't have the sticker for the side, so we're gonna wait for that. I do have a plate mount, but this plate mount seems to be scraping everywhere, so I've actually, pretty much run aground so far everywhere. I haven't even lowered the car, so hopefully when we get our Brixton wheels, we're doing Brixton 21-22 wheels, which means we're gonna oversize this. Hopefully it'll bring it up just a little so that we can lower it and kill the fender gap, because I dislike the fender gap of the car. But Second Skin did a really amazing job. We ended up wrapping the car in a matte film wrap. So this is basically just the gloss paint underneath with a matte wrap over it. And then we added the green highlights just to match the caliper and the interior color. So we added this gloss stripe here, and we left the carbon also gloss. I do want to add more carbon here. I think there's a carbon piece to change this. We do have a 1016 Industries roof scoop coming, which will connect to the ALA system over there and basically look like an intake. It's not functional for the intake of the engine, but more for the aerodynamic system. So because you guys requested it, we do have a Gintani exhaust coming also. The Gintani exhaust will be arriving hopefully in a month or so, and I'm actually very scared. I don't like straight pipes, but because you guys demanded it, we are gonna put it on. I did request for the valve version because I don't want it to be too obnoxious. Let's go over the 5 things I don't like about this car, starting off with the small fuel tank. My god, this thing drinks so much fuel, and I think it's just going to be pit stop after pit stop because we do need gas all the time. We are on break-in mode today and we did about 200 kilometers and wow, it already went through a tank of gas basically. So we're not even flooring it, remotely far from the 8,500 red line, and yet it's consuming so much gas. So that's one thing definitely I don't like about this car. In terms of, I wish they put a bigger fuel tank, or, well, I can't do anything about the engine. The engine is a V12 and that's part of the experience. The other thing I don't like about this car is getting in and out. There's no nice way to get in and out. And because I have these sports seats, the sports seats are so firm. The sports seats have basically no padding. I don't mind that we can't recline it, but basically after 3 hours of riding, my back and my butt hurt. Third thing I don't like about this car is the infotainment system. So when you need to change song, you gotta reach down here, which means if I'm driving, it's a very awkward position because as I'm putting my hand down, as you can see, it hits the bolster of the seat and I can't really jog and change the song. So I don't know if I'm missing anything, but there's no special buttons on the steering column for me to be able to shift songs, but the sound system is actually pretty good. Fourth thing I don't like about this car, there is no space. Basically, we had some stuff right here in the center console and we had stuff on the floor. I had the camera sitting on my lap or sitting on the floor, and if we remove the hardtop, the front trunk is basically useless. The fifth thing I don't like about this car is the infotainment system does feel old. It does feel dated, and you know, they tried to put Apple CarPlay and stuff, but even the graphics in the screen and the way it works is just, you can feel how old the Aventador DNA is. And as much as they've done an amazing job with this car, it really is showing its age. So now let's go to the 5 things I do love about this car. Number 1 being the V12 engine. The V12 engine is everything. It sounds so amazing. And I thought, you know, I wouldn't like the single clutch gearbox, but honestly, it grows on you, and if you find a way to baby it where you're just lifting off while you're shifting, then it doesn't really kick you in the back. Although I haven't felt a 9,000 RPM shift or an 8,500 RPM shift so I won't know yet the full kick on the back experience until we break in the car. Right now we're at 450 kilometers, which means we have 1,200 kilometers more to go. After that, we will be sending the car to get the Gintani exhaust with the flame tune so you guys can see the pops and bangs. But honestly, right now, if we open this little window here at the back, because we are the Roadster version, you can hear the pops and bangs already. So I'm really scared of the straight pipe exhaust because honestly, I don't like straight pipe exhaust. I don't have any straight pipe exhaust at the moment, and this will be one of the first. The third thing I really like about this car is the way it looks, the presence of the car, just seeing the low slung lines and the aggressive vent system and the wing. It just, everything works out. The car is beautiful to look at, it's beautiful to drive, and I thought it would be such an inconvenience to bring into the malls, but today we went to 2 shopping malls and parked underneath, and honestly there wasn't really such a big fuss, although the front lip was really super, even though I had the nose lift up, we kept scraping the front lip along with the front plate mount. So the car is super low even though we haven't lowered it, and yet, yeah, that's happening. The fourth thing I really love about this car is the braking system and the aerodynamics. Is that 4 and 5 or is just that 4? So honestly, when you stomp on the brakes, it really feels like the car is stopping and sitting down, and you can really feel the ALA system. And I guess number 5 on the list of things I really love about this car would be the rear steering system. The rear steering system makes the car feel smaller than it really is. And I really, I appreciate it when I'm parking, or if we're just going through slow traffic and we need to cut through traffic, and it makes it super easy to maneuver. So super like. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed the 5 things I liked and 5 things I didn't like about this car. So now we're gonna talk about the modifications of the car. We're starting off with the Rift chin, which is a carbon chin from import hookup, thanks to Keith. I also got the 1016 Industries roof scoop, which feeds into the ALA system, also thanks to import hookup and Keith. And then we got the Brixton mags with the Dimag barrels. It's going to be the carbon barrels. We're going to do a 21-22 setup, so it's a bit oversized, but it's going to look so good. And we're going to do, I think, black face with like a carbon polished lip, and then green highlights just to match all the green touches of the car. So after that, we have the Gintani exhaust and the flame tune, and I think we'll be done by then, because honestly, there's not much you can do to this car. It's just amazing as it is. I can't wait to take it to the track and see what lap times we're going to get with it.